Hey, welcome back, guys. Name is Timmy Trent. I'm your link to the fire link and to God. You know what, guys? You got a power. You can change anything in your life that you want to. But as collective, you can change the whole world. But the thing is that you can start with your personal life first. You can't change nothing in the world if you can't change your attitude, your personal life, right? Because you can't. All you do is you're gonna gather with a whole bunch of people with blank mindsets like you are that you cannot think. You gotta change your life, so you group with your but cannot change your life. You trying to work, you go messed up, right? Because you don't know how to change your life, and how can you change the world, right? That's most important. You can't know how to use your power properly. When you don't use your power properly, you become a villain, right? You want to become a hero or a villain. That's the choice you have, right? Now you become villain, you gotta understand somebody's gonna take you down. Yeah, you're gonna hurt some people. Then somebody's gonna take you down. That's a given. That's the way God designed. God make things, right? There's more people because more people wanna live a free and peaceful life. You know what I'm saying? And then they believe people believe in God one that way. One to live the life peacefully and one, to be, live with other people. But non-believer, you know, because you're non-believer, so what you do? You think you can do whatever you do. But everything has a limitation, right? You can't live with a believer if you can do what you want to do. You can't. But you cannot do anything like, in your own home, right? If you live with somebody in your apartment or, your own home, your family, your dad, your mom, right? You cannot do whatever you want to do, right? They have limitations for you. Every object God created has limitations. You can break it apart, you can call whatever you want to call it. You can play your game, whatever, but at the end of the day, that's what it is. When you see what it is, that's human, right? You can't change it. You're trying to change it, what happened? Now, you got a society where, where the believer, they become God. So they came up with law to punish a non-believer. And the people that live in the same space, the believer, they have to be, sometimes they make mistakes, they get punished as well. Within the law, right? You give Caesar what's you owe Caesar, right? So you live in that country, then that's what you have to do. You have to live with non-believers. So you all face the same law. Whether you believe in God or not. When you believe in God, that means you can surpass the man law. It's because if you do the right thing, what happens? You don't have to, you don't break man law because you follow God, right? You don't break man law, right? So you don't get, punished, like the non-believer. Non-believer, when they break man law, what happens? They pay. They have to pay. They have no choice, but they have to pay. When you break man law, you have to pay because that's why man created that way, and they become God, right? So now they wanna steal. Instead of creating all kind of stuff like that, they wanted to steal, right? So they use the system that all they create, they steal. They tax you more, and and they regulate things. That's how they steal. They stop creating, right? When they have the taste of money, they stop creating. When they stop creating, what happened? They want to extract more from the people, right? Those people, like, what does it matter? Company, government, around the world, any country, right? When you start distracting, when you don't create, you start distract money from the people. What happened? The people don't have no much money. Eventually, people don't care, right? And the whole system breaking down. See, this in a country where you have to defend yourself and trying to protect yourself from criminal, is that the lawmaker, they have a hard time making money, right? So what happens? Like they allow criminal to get away, right? So hopefully they create something where they can take control back the way they can make money, right? But they lose control, so they disregard carrying out their own law that they make, right? Because they let the criminal, do what they want to do, and now this isn't have to take matter in their own hand, right? When it comes a time when citizens start taking matter in their own hand, that means the believer of God that created this law to steal your money is no longer uphold their own law, and now they become criminal. They start punish the people that stand up to do their job, right? Citizens that stand up to do their job, right? Their job has failed, right? They couldn't make no more money from the people. So what happened? They disregard carrying out their law. They start arresting, the people that stand up against criminal, right? So now they seem like they work with the criminal to make money from, the people that stand up. See, the system corrode if the citizen have to do things to protect themselves. It's because their leaders become incompetent upholding the law, right? They get paid, but they don't uphold the law, right? They don't follow their own law. Most of them don't even understand the law because they were put in place without going through the process of studying, understanding the law, right? Now they just go in there just get for a paycheck. Now, what do you think Hitler was doing to his worker for a paycheck? Don't care about, the human aspect of it. They're in there for the paycheck. So what happened? Over time, what happened? They start hurting a lot of people. So people around the world say, you know what? You cannot do that, right? Got people grow up, get together, and defeat Hitler, right? That's how it worked throughout time, throughout human existence. So now we got a world where, our leaders are losing control of their own law because they don't uphold their law, right? If they uphold their law, they will still, support by the people, and and they really need to fix their spending or manage the money, right? And they can create stuff, make more money for the government or more money for this position. But they're too dumb because it's just like everybody else that go and come get into so much money they have no no guideline or no principle to follow it. What happen? They already become criminal. So now they got more money. They make the criminal even worse, right? Because if you don't believe in something, the money just carry your true self out, right? The money just carry your what you think already in your head, right? Because you think you're a criminal, and when you come money, what happened? That criminal instant will carry out, and that's what happened to most of the leader around the world, right? Because they are fixated, they don't have the principles, and they're fixated on the money, right? They're fixated on controlling the people. They hope when they control the people, make people scared that they somehow stay in power and drop on the people. But that's going to change throughout time. People like Hitler do the same thing. They do the same thing, right? He scared people, trying to hurt people, kill people. What happened to him, right? The same thing with any kingdom, any empire in the past. Now, in the past, they can hold on to the power even longer because the people don't have information. The internet will change everything, and one day the decentralized system will change everything. You cannot lie to the people. God see everything, right? And God let His people know. So, you know what? Like everything else, if you want to change your life, you can change your position, whether you're in government or you in any kind of power, leadership, you can change it, right? You can change it, but you gotta understand you can change it. But for human, more they fixate on what they been conditioned to live by or to rule by, and when they get a pleasure out of that, or they get a kind of get benefit out of that, it's hard for them to change. They don't see the other way to change themselves to make money, right? Because all they know is now it's just like to steal from the people, and it's hard to change. It's like an addiction. It's hard to change until you really have some kind of principle and follow God, Jesus Christ, from Ten Commandments, and that's when you know how to change things, and the people will rally behind you. That's the way it works. We're a guy from God, Jesus Christ.